I love it when fun things just show up at my doorstep. And recently, Bandai sent me a box full of goodies. And here's the thing, I was halfway through opening these and I realized I should probably make a video on this. So what was in the box? Well, it was a couple of blind bags for Dragon Ball, which is a series that I love. Fun fact, the very first website that I ever made was Dragon Ball Z themed. The other thing that they sent were some blind boxes of Godzilla little figurines, and we'll get into those. But then they also sent me, hang on. This is Gigantron from Ultraman Rising, a Netflix series. Can't wait to tear into this and see what it's about. I haven't had a lot of experience with Bandai action figures, surprisingly. Like, the most experience that I've had are the Gundam model kits. So the pre-assembled, like, action figures in a box, this is kind of new to me, so I'm excited to open these up. First, let's start with the Dragon Ball stuff that I halfway opened already. Now, this was from Dragon Ball Battle Figure series, and there was a number of options. Most of them were fusions of Gogeta, and then the one that I got in the package, well, was Frieza, and he is frozen in the packaging right now, so I stopped. I'm going to open him up right now. This looks like Frieza after he died because he has the halo on him. And what I'm kind of like, that's a cool pose for a Frieza. You can see the halo on top. And there's also something else in here, which I'm thinking is like a stand for him, because I don't know how this is going to stand. You want him in that, like, pose that he's going like this. So to do that, they gave me a little stand, and if I get that out of the packaging here, yeah, so if this is just tiny little thing, and I'm guessing his knee fits right in there. Would you look at that? So now we have Frieza going on the attack, punching, I'm assuming, Goku at this point. Now, this package is really cool, too. So this is from Dragon Ball Super, and what it is they're like little charm keychains, and the one that I really wanted was the Piccolo one, because Piccolo was just a really cool figure to me. The fact that his cape and hat were like training gear, so then when you took them off, you know it was serious. Oh, well, anyway, like I said, the very first website that I ever created was Dragon Ball Z themed, so there you go. Now, when I opened it up, I did get probably the second best option, which is the Broly and Vegeta charms, which, okay, now initially I thought these would make really great keychains, but then I remembered I have just a ton of blasters, and what this is going to make is a really amazing charm for my blasters, so that way I can identify them easily. Now, of course, these may fall off, but I think part of the fun is just having some kind of bling on my blaster. And a lot of video games actually do this now too. So why is this so hard to get? Oh, everything's falling apart. I know Halo was big on it. In fact, I have the Nerf Dart charm for Halo blasters in Halo Infinite. Just wish I played Halo Infinite more. It just really hasn't caught my attention. But there you go. You can see just how much that adds to a blaster. Oh, hang on. Here's Broly right on that side there. I also have the Vegeta one. This is good. This feels right. And this is exactly how I'm going to be using these as blaster charms, as something to identify the blasters that I'm using in a battle. Summer's almost here, so there's going to be a lot of battles to be had. Let's get him really close to the camera. Let's see if we can't get a better little look at our Broly. Surprising amount of paint detail for such a small figure. And if we look at Vegeta, he is looking grumpy as ever. And these are not going to be able to stand. So this is something that you're going to want to, well, maybe Broly has a little better option, but these are something that you're going to want to hang from a keychain. You're going to want to hang from a blaster. I recommend the blasters because that just makes these so much cooler. Now we have our Godzilla blind boxes. Now, what's interesting about these is it doesn't really give me an idea too much of like what's inside. I think these are the options that I can get on the box. So when you remove it, you notice that this looks like a building, something that Godzilla might destroy. I thought that was a really cool addition, and it is just a fun little detail for something that could just be a plain box. Now, opening it up, it is just your normal run-of-the-mill Godzilla, which, wait, is he? No, I think this might be like a variant of Godzilla. I really like the look of that. I have a Godzilla back over there, actually. It's right there, so I think Mini Godzilla is going to go next to the California Raisin and Mario. So here, we'll just put him up there right now. All right, now we got the yellow box. Again, it is the same office design. It is a see-through transparent one. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to take this one back. It's a great one, but transparent? Are you kidding me? There's no world where I don't display this. Look at how amazing that is. Is there articulation here? No, it's just made in two parts and they glued the head on. Oh, this is by far my favorite thing that I've opened so far. I mean, the blaster charms were pretty great too, but a transparent green Godzilla. That's awesome. Now it's time to open up Gigantron. I'm assuming that's the name. I'm just more familiar with Ultraman itself than the villains that inhabit that universe. So let's get him out. There are a lot of pieces, it looks like. Yeah. So it's pretty impressive how they got this in the box. So look at this. You can see it is kind of like a Build-A-Figure project here a little bit. Fortunately, it seems very self-explanatory, so let's just put them together right now. We've got some of the wings. They tucked those underneath the blister, which I think was a really great idea. Oh, this is cool right here. Look at this. So it comes with a collector card. It just seemed like part of the packaging in the back. I didn't think that it was something that you could get out. All right, so here's the card. On the first side, we have an image, and on the back, we have like a little QR code. It talks a little bit about its height, its weight, where it lives from, Kaiju Island, if anybody's curious. Which makes kind of sense for a guy who looks like this. And now we are going to assemble our figure. There is a lot of pieces here, like I said. Ball joints. We have the accepting socket there. So this gives us an idea of how it can articulate as well. So it looks like there might be a little kick out from the legs so that we can get a better stance. And how well is this fitting on there? It's not popping in. Hang on, let me just apply a little more pressure. In fact, let me just take a minute, get this all together, and then we'll regroup. All right, there he is all assembled. It did take a while for me to pop it in. The joints fit very tightly, which is good because you're not going to have these popping out, or at least when I was socketing all the other ones, the other pieces didn't pop out, with the exception of the little tail fin at the back. It is a very small ball joint, and just a little light pressure, you can remove it quite easily. It's also a softer plastic, so that's something just to be a look at, but when you snap it back in, you will hear the snap. Now, when we got the articulation, we have a little bit of wiggle in the tail, so it can kind of move side to side. As you saw, this moves around and around. The wings have a lot of articulation, so these can flap up and down, and they can spin all the way around. The legs have a surprising articulation as well. So here we have this toe swivel, which is something unique. Even though the feet are flat, it's not going to give you any sort of rocker balance, anything like that. The legs do go up and back. There is a little bit of kick out, but that's really all you're getting. Same with the arms. The arms have a little more. Looks like he can go in for a hug. But the last piece of articulation is this beak. It can really open up, as you can see here. It looks like this is on a ball joint as well. This kind of gets off kilter. Ultraman might have punched him in the jaw, but you can go fix that, again, by just slightly rotating it. Curious about scale. What kind of scale we're working with. This is about a 5-inch scale figure. So here we have a Marvel Legends 6-inch scale figure. So Bandai sent over a lot of loot. I gotta take a look at a lot of what they have going on. I really enjoy taking a look at these figures. So again, thank you to them for sending out the box of goodies. By far, if I had to pick a favorite though, it is going to be transparent green Godzilla. That is perfection. But you gotta let me know in the comment section of the things that I opened today, what was your favorite? Was it the Dragon Ball figurine? Was it the Dragon Ball charms? Was it one of the Godzilla blind boxes? Or was it the Ultraman monster? But those keychains / charms for Dragon Ball Super, I'm going to be putting on some of those blasters. And if you like everything that we talked about, including blasters, well, I cover it all. Anything action related, you can stay tuned here at the Ri-Fi channel. And the best way to get more videos like this is to hit the subscribe button. So that's all I know about the box that Bandai sent over. A mystery no more. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.